during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Great to be with you. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Hope you're doing well and doing things that you like to do, things that are meaningful for you. That's part of health too, you know. It's not just nutritional chemicals and physiology and biology. It's our entire life that involved that. That's really the concept of wellness. It's a more multidimensional concept than the notion of health. Maybe someday we'll talk about that on the air, the difference among these terms, health, wellness, and well-being. When you start, it gets a little confusing. Sometimes people using them as synonyms. Other people try to make some distinctions. But it does get a little messy. And that's nice. I was looking for my articles and the printer. I keep telling people that the printer is possessed, but they don't believe me. And it is. Dr. Shoshana Bennett will be along today. Dr. Bennett, okay, Steve, I'm going to test your memory. I know the answer. Do you remember if Dr. Bennett was on?
I don't recall the name.
She was on. She's been on.
Okay.
It was a while back. I don't remember how long ago, but I do have a recollection of her being on. She's a psychologist, and I was looking at her credentials. She's pretty good. We'll see. We'll see what's on her mind. I have a number of stories to report on today before she comes along. Do you remember, Stephen, do you remember the cities that Dr. Bird was talking about when she went to China a couple of days ago? Remember when she got back, she was reporting, she was on a show. Was she in Beijing?
I don't think she mentioned Beijing.
Doesn't ring a bell, but she was in China.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and she was talking about the pollution there and how horrible. Just as fate would have it, a story was trending this morning about the Beijing Olympics and women and pollution linked to birth weight at the time of the Beijing Olympics. I'll explain what that's about. Then there's a story trending this today about childhood obesity, and the headline was "One Epidemic or Two." And I'll touch upon that. We'll see how much time I have left. There'll be one or another of these two stories. One's going to be on a diet swap, which had dramatic effects on colon cancer risk for Americans and African Americans, or I may report on, and I'm not making this up, a story on polygamy. In 10 years I've done this show, I have never reported, talked about, or even said the word polygamy. But apparently polygamy is associated with some health issue. If you had to guess, What do you think it might be? What would be the health issue with polygamy? Use your imagination. So I am going to report on that. You got it, because you got to hear this. It's just strange. 877-897-polygamy. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. All right. Beijing. Do we have that story? The Beijing Olympics. There's a study coming out of the University of Rochester Medical Center. If you're watching the show at Let's Talk Nutrition, you'll see the news release, press release. Beijing's headline is Beijing Olympic study links pollution to lower birth rate. When Dr. Bird was on my show on Monday, we spent quite a bit of time in the 2 hours she was on the show talking about the environment there and what it was like. It was dreadful. Dreadful. Turns out, though, exposure to high levels of pollution have a significant, they said, impact on fetal growth and development. We've known that for a while. This study found, however, that women who were pregnant during the 2008 Beijing Olympics, those women gave birth to children with higher birth rates. Why would that be? Well, during the Beijing Olympics, the Chinese government, made sure that pollution levels were reduced during that time because they were trying to make a good impression on people across the world. So the women, one of the unintended good consequences, if you will, of the Olympics was that women who were pregnant at the time were being less exposed and less affected by the environmental pollution. Hence, they gave birth to heavier, more healthy babies. The birth weight was up. This study appeared in a journal called Environmental Health Perspectives. Dr. David Rich, an epidemiologist with the University of Rochester Medical Center, said, quote, "The results of this study demonstrate a clear association between changes in air pollutant concentrations and birth weight." He went on to say, Dr. Rich did, "These findings not only illustrate one of the many significant health consequences of pollution, but also demonstrate that this phenomenon can be reversed," close quote. Now, in the months that were, and I remember when the media was reporting on this, in the months leading up to and during the 2008 Beijing Olympics and Paralympics, the Chinese government, made a full court press with aggressive measures to lower the pollution index in Beijing. You know, it was a cosmetic fix because they didn't want people around the world to think, you know, that somehow that they were not managing their pollution or whatever was on their mind. Who knows? So this is interesting. The different controls that they used, I don't know. Apparently there was a decrease in the concentration of particulate and gaseous air pollution for a 6 to 7 week period during the Olympic Games. It included a 60% reduction in sulfur dioxide, a 48% reduction in carbon monoxide, a 43% reduction in nitrogen dioxide, and a reduction in particles smaller than 2.5 microns in diameter. No wonder the babies were born heavier. Can you imagine? The mother and the fetus being exposed to those kind of chemicals, and they reduced them. Question is, I wonder how they did that. What did they do? Send out a notice to all the factories, cut back on production? What was it that Dr. Bird said, Stephen? Didn't she say that people had to pay a special tax and have a special license plate to drive their car during rush hour? Remember that?
Sounds familiar. Yeah, there's all sorts of, just
that's what she said.
Rules and regulations to cut that down.
That would be a novel idea for our country. I wonder how that would go over.
That would not go over.
Do you think? Oh, my. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. Come back. Talk about this obesity epidemic yet again. And with children, though. Can't get any good news here.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971. And we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show. You could be watching and listening to it on your smartphone, tablet, or computer, or you remember the radio in your car, in your home, wherever your garage, wherever you may be while you're listening or watching the show. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Dr. Shoshana Bennett will be my guest, as I mentioned. She'll be coming along at some point here. In the meanwhile, again, as you know, I constantly pretty vigilant about my reporting on the childhood obesity epidemic. There's a new story there was a new study coming out of the University of Exeter. It was led by that university. It's part of what they call the Early Bird Study, and it was published in the International Journal of Obesity. And what they did in the studies, they compared data on contemporary children with those from the 1980s. And what the researchers discovered was that the rise in obesity among very young children, they said, has been largely restricted to the minority with obese parents. You're not surprised. Toddlers as a whole, they said, have not changed. And by contrast, and I'm quoting, obesity among adolescents has not been restricted to those with obese parents, but has occurred across the entire age group, close quote. One of the researchers in the study, a Dr. Wilkin, said this, quote, childhood obesity is one of the greatest health issues of our time. If we are to develop strategies to intervene effectively, we must first understand the cause. I'll comment on it in a second. This study indicates for the first time that childhood obesity has different causes depending on the age of the child. We need further studies to explore this in more depth, as it could have significant implications for health care, close quote. Now, as I've said on this show numerous times, there is not one single cause for this obesity epidemic. And it's not about willpower. Okay? There's something, when I hear doctors, and I have say, well, physicians, they should know better. It's just, these people just don't have any willpower. If it were just about willpower, we would have this thing solved. This is when I tell you multidimensional problem in terms of causes and risk factors, that it's an understatement to say that. And as I said, we will never, ever, you will never see it happen where we treat our way out of this epidemic. Not going to happen. You have to teach your way out of it. And it's going to take 2 or 3 generations to make that happen. In the meanwhile, like studies such as this one, trying to identify these causes, it's not just a set of causes, but you have different causes, like with children, occurring at different ages. So this is a moving target, and it takes a lot of precision to hit the target. A lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of educating. We've gotten ourselves into a mess. This is a mess. And it's not just the U.S. It's making its way across the globe. It's a global epidemic. And for children to be growing up with adult diseases and disorders is unconscionable. Heart disease, beginnings of heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and these aren't even teenagers yet. I'm just saying. I guess on a lighter note, and I'm going to see if I can get Dr. Bennett to comment on this study. and I'm not making this up. In the 10 years I've been doing this show, I have never talked about polygamy. I never had a reason to. Who knew that polygamy increases the risk of what? What health issue? What do you think it would be? You have something in mind? Heart disease. Oh, can't make it up. This study comes. It's the European Society of Cardiology. I mean, this would have been a fun project to work on, if nothing else, for the novelty of it. Polygamy increases the risk of heart disease by more than 4-fold. I'm showing on the screen, if you're watching the show at letstalknutrition.com, is the press release. Polygamy increases the risk of heart disease by more than 4-fold. This study was presented at the Asian Pacific Society of Cardiology Congress 2015. Dr. Amin Dahula. You can't make this up. What do you heart disease? Dr. Dahula, if I'm mispronouncing the name, I apologize, said, quote, "This is evidence that married people have better overall health and longevity, but until no study has assessed the effect of polygamy on cardiovascular health." I've reported on many studies showing that, especially for men, that marriage confers a better health outcome for them. Of course, their wives are taking care of them. And to continue with the quote, "Men who practice polygamy have up to 4 concurrent wives who can reside in the same or different regions but do not normally reside in the same house. Polygamy is practiced mainly in North and West Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia." Close quote. I mean, being married to one person is stressful. Being married to 4? I'm looking at the my 3 male producers sitting here, and they're shaking their heads.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Hey, Wilson.
WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Glad you took a moment to stop by today. Dr. Shoshana Bennett will be my guest. Bring her on in a moment. I just want to finish up this story on polygamy. No, I'm not encouraging it. This can't make it up. This is a real study. Shows a correlation between polygamy and increased risk of heart disease by more than fourfold. I mean, this is serious. It turns out they had 687 married men in the study with an average age of 59 years. 56% had diabetes, 57% had hypertension, 45% had a past history of coronary artery disease, and about 2/3 of the men had one wife, while 19% had two wives, 10% had three wives, and 3% had four wives. So the men with multiple wives, they said in the study, have to be well supported financially, you think? And they said, and I'm quoting, although Saudis and Emirati people are supported by their governments, polygamists may need more than one income. They may therefore take on extra employment or have the added pressure of traveling daily to urban areas for higher paid work, close quote. The researchers found significant correlation between the number of wives and the presence of coronary artery disease, left main disease, that's your left artery where that gets diseased, and then multi-vessel disease. Wow. The risk as the number of wives increased, the risk increased. After adjusting for baseline differences, the researchers found out that the men who practiced polygamy had a 4.6-fold increase of cardiovascular or coronary artery disease, a 3.5 increased risk for left main disease, artery disease, and a 2.6-fold elevated risk for multi-vessel disease. You can make of it what you will. I could think of a bunch of one-liners right now, but I'll pass. Polygamy. Dr. Shoshana Bennett's my guest, and Dr. Bennett, my recollection, I'm working from my memory, has been on my show, I know, at least one time before. If not, then I'm hallucinating. Dr. Bennett.
You're not hallucinating. I believe we've met before.
Yes,
rightfully so.
I know. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you, Dr. Garko. How are you?
All things considered, okay. You're
I'm not commenting on the polygamy.
You're not?
Skip that one. No, I heard you say I'm going to ask Dr. Bennett. I don't think I'm going to touch that one.
Well, you gotta say something. I mean, you can't make that story up.
You know, the first thing I was wondering is, okay, is that for men or women? And then you did give that answer, and so I'm not surprised about that. But no, I'm going to stick to food and mood.
Well, I kept thinking about it. I was driving in early this morning, and I was thinking about that story. I'm thinking, well, how do you report that? Do you report it straight up? Just give the listener, the viewer of the show, what the numbers are. But it's kind of intriguing. Everybody thinks, oh, polygamy, that it's like lots of fun and whatever ideas people have in their head. Right. Turns out it's a health risk.
Yeah, they're not thinking heart disease. They're thinking lots of other things. Yeah.
I know. They're thinking lots of sex, lots of whatever.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right.
Now, don't we have? Aren't there some organizations or religions in the U.S. that practice polygamy? And I should know what the law is, but I don't think polygamy is not legal in our country, right? Unless it's protected by religion.
It's really outside my scope of practice.
I understand.
And expertise, but I believe you're correct that it is not legal. But honestly, I can't swear to that, and it might be more of a religious. I'm not sure if somebody could make a case for being a polygamist.
Well, you practice polygamy at your own cardiovascular risk. Have at it. I mean, I have a hard time just being in a monogamous relationship. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one person and being monogamous and all that. I mean, my goodness.
It can be wonderful, certainly, but it takes work, like any worthwhile relationship.
Well, so now if somebody walks into your practice and says, I'm a polygamist and I'm having issues, you'll say, well, I'm a little familiar with this.
Because I've spoken with Dr. Garkle.
Yeah, honestly.
That definitely wouldn't make me an expert.
I went to your Facebook page. I see you have a nice Facebook page, and you've made your rounds on some of the TV talk shows, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
You want to mention a couple?
Oh, 2020. I was interviewed on 2020. I was on The Doctors and Ricky Lake and others.
Is Ricky Lake still around?
Is which?
Ricky Lake, is she still around?
She's been coming and going. So she was gone for a long time, and then she's back, and now there are reruns. So no, not at this very moment, but she might be back.
When you go on these TV talk shows, do you show up with a specific agenda? I have a reason for asking this stuff. Do you show up with a specific theme? Do the producers ask you what you want to talk about? Do they tell you what you'd like you to focus on?
Oh, the producers come up with the idea, and then they call the expert that might fit that idea. Sometimes they will be open to the expert's ideas, but in answer to your first question, there are certain points that I do want to get across to the audience. So I will do my very best to grab those sound bites, and sometimes they're 10 seconds, just like they sometimes on various radio shows. You have very, very little time to make a point. So I'll try to educate and get those points across quickly somewhere in that theme.
Sure. So they give you the theme. I'm asking you this because the listeners and viewers of the show are curious about how this all works when they see healthcare professionals of one sort or another who become sort of part of the popular culture. And I'm going to ask you about Dr. Oz in a minute. People are interested in how that all works. Have you ever been asked a question on some of these talk shows that sort of befuddled you? And has that ever happened, or did you always have an answer?
No, I've never. I can't say that I've ever been asked something that completely befuddled me. But I wouldn't necessarily have all the information that they'd require, and I'd be a resource for them. So I'd give them what I know. I'm obviously not going to make anything up. I'll tell them what I know, and then say, "Here's my email. Feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be happy to investigate for you."
We come back.
To the right resource.
When we come back, I want to just stay on this for one more moment or two. And Dr. Oz has been in the news lately and been attacked by other doctors. This is interesting.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Gero Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Gero Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to Gero.com. That's Jarrow for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Are you looking for a product that will aid weight loss both safely and naturally? That will stimulate your metabolism and reduce the absorption of fat from food? Then look no further than Right Way Nutrition. As featured on national daytime health shows, Right Way Nutrition is a premium dietary and nutritional supplement provider who believes the best form of encouragement is results. Right Way Nutrition aims to provide customers with the most superior and effective products available. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol does just that. While green coffee bean extract may not be new to the scene, Right Way Nutrition offers a new and improved formula of green coffee bean extract infused with their trademark ingredient Svetol, which is proven to be a vital ingredient for successful weight loss results. Right Way Nutrition provides you with a fast-acting, healthy, effective green coffee bean extract proven to naturally and safely aid weight loss. Your search for the perfect natural weight loss supplement is over. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol will help you reach all your weight loss goals.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Gero Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
My guest is Dr. Shoshana Bennett. And Dr. Bennett is a licensed clinical psychologist, and she specializes in depression. She alluded to this a moment ago, depression and other mood and anxiety disorders with some emphasis and focus on nutrition. And she has been on a number of talk shows. You heard her mention a few. And she's the author of Children of the Depressed, Pregnant on Prozac and Postpartum Depression for Dummies. So, she's been in the popular culture, so to speak. She was on 2020, The Doctors, and Ricky Lake. And it's an interesting choice that professionals make to go that way. And you do that, certainly brings a lot of notoriety. It also brings a lot of scrutiny and criticism. As many of you know, Dr. Oz has come under some strong attacks recently over the past year or so. And the most recent one comes from his other doctors questioning his faculty position at Columbia University. Dr. Bennett, welcome back. Have you followed that story a little bit?
Probably no more than anybody else. I probably should have, but I know a bit, not from the inside, but just from what the public knows.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting story because 10 physicians who wrote a letter to the department, Columbia Surgery Department, the vice chairman of Columbia Surgery Department, saying that, quote, Dr. Oz, quote, has shown an egregious lack of integrity by promoting quack treatments and cures in the interest of personal financial gain, end quote. And then that's one of the nicer things they said. Right. So it was a pretty strident letter. Dr. Oz responded to it in an open letter. You'll find it. It's on the website, time.com and other places. And he really wrote a nice piece. The reason why I bring this up, and I wanted to bring it up with you, given your background and experience. I know it's off point for what you wanted to talk about. I think over the years, he's been on the air for 6 seasons? He has about 1.8 million viewers. I happen to like him. I think he has made a pretty significant contribution in educating the health consumer. Apparently, there's, no pun intended, a pretty large appetite in the culture for understanding, knowledge, insight about health and diet, nutrition, and all matters related to health and wellness. Otherwise, you wouldn't have close to 2 million people watching you every week like he does every day. Of course, he's very entertaining. He's a cardiothoracic surgeon, and he's well published. I mean, the guy is legitimate, and so I'm a fan. In many ways, I'm a fan. Is he perfect? No. I was just wondering, you take a risk when you yourself, you take a risk when you go on those shows because you don't know. I asked you about those producers because I was on CBS every Monday morning, and I know what goes on. I know how those shows are done. Mm-hmm. And the producers have a lot of say as to what's going to come out of your mouth because they're going to tell you this is the theme, and now you're sort of stuck with that, right? So I was just wondering what you felt and thought about sort of not the commercialization, but making health and wellness and nutrition and all these kinds of issues part of popular culture. What do you think about that?
Well, on the integrity issue, unless he has purposely said something that he knows is untrue, committed to fraud, I really don't. I'm not thinking he's harmed anybody. I'm feeling like you do. I happen to like him. I mean, he's got this wonderful electric personality, and he's popularized a lot of things that otherwise people really weren't that interested in. They've really started to pay attention. Pardon me if I'm answering a question you didn't ask, but I think he's, I don't see him doing harm. So, I think his intention, although nobody knows what's in his head other than he, but I just don't see him doing harm, and I wonder how much envy is out there in Columbia.
Yeah, I had mentioned that. And again, yes, he's very good. He's very entertaining. He's smart. He's good looking, compelling. But still, there have been a lot of people like that have TV talk shows and have bombed. There's something about the content of that show, its intent, its purpose, that seems to draw people. My point is, as I said, it seems that people, everyday people, have a large appetite for wanting to know more. Notwithstanding the obesity epidemic that we have with 68% of the population overweight or obese, people are wanting to know how they can take charge of their health. At least that's one interpretation or one inference that can be drawn from his show and the size of the audience and what he's doing. So, I just was curious as to what you thought, given that you've gone on that circuit, you've done those shows, and
right. And no, I agree with you very, very much so. I think people are interested, and I think it's really a myth that most of us don't care. That the public doesn't care and they'll do whatever. And I think there is a wonderful interest, and I completely agree with you. And as far as the quackery goes, how many treatments, alternative treatments in this case, to various illnesses and conditions have we once thought were quackery, and now we find that there really is science backing them up. So, time will tell, but, he's telling us what he has seen, what he has experienced, what he has studied, and I don't find there's quackery in that unless he's trying to defraud his public.
Well, you make one of the points that you made embedded in what you just said is this issue of traditional medicine versus integrative medicine, alternative medicine, complementary medicine. It has different names. Integrative medicine meaning integrate, as you know, integrating traditional medicine with alternative medicine, putting them together. And my own physician, who comes on my show every month, Dr. Harris McElwain, has traditionally trained, talks about nutrition. His practice is far more integrated than probably many doctors in that regard. So I don't know. Sometimes maybe traditional medicine gets a little sensitive about these things and a little, I don't know what. I know you and I both know some naturopathic physicians who are brilliant. So when we come back, we'll get Dr. Bennett to talk, Shoshana Bennett, to talk about food, mood, and, your head.
Feel
statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Great to be with you, and we made our way through to the middle of the week, and hope you're doing well and having a good day. Start to your day wherever and however you may be listening or watching this show, and whatever you may be doing. You can always call anytime you want. There's no designated time for people to call the show. You take the time to listen. I'll take the time to talk to you and listen to what you have to say. Dr. Shoshana Bennett, it's be a good day to call, too, because she's very cordial, open. You can talk to her. She's a psychologist, after all. And 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK, toll-free. Call in, as I said, anytime you want. And Dr. Bennett is a clinical psychologist, licensed clinical psychologist, and she, as I mentioned earlier, specializes in depression and other mood and anxiety disorders. Now, when I say that, probably the first thing that comes to people's minds are pharmaceuticals, medications to treat depression, anxiety, bipolar, whatever. Turns out that food and dietary supplements can have an impact on your psychological, psycho-emotional health. There's a lot of literature, legitimate literature, studies, nutrition science to support what I just said. That's that assertion. Now, a lot of people wouldn't put it together that way unless the obvious escape them, that when they eat certain foods, they feel a certain way, right? Not just beyond feeling full if you overconsume, but foods can make you feel a certain way. A lot of people know that. A lot of people are oblivious to it, but I think most people are pretty much dialed into that. Can make you feel better, can make you feel worse, can get you from feeling bad to feeling good, or from feeling good to feeling bad, right? Obviously, alcohol, which is a drink, liquid, it's still part of nutrition conversation. Certainly, people are obvious and its effect. They're obvious about its effects, right? They know that. What about eating fast food? What about eating certain unprocessed foods? Does that make a difference? Do fast foods make you feel different than if you were to eat something else that was more healthy? Do the fast foods make you feel better? Maybe there's a paradox there. Maybe they make you feel better, but they're not better for you. So these are the kinds of things that I suspect, I'm not probably doing much justice to what you do for a living, Dr. Bennett, but I'm trying to sort of set the stage. Is that sort of what you're thinking about doing every day with this food and mood connection and the person's psychological life and psychological health? Has this connect?
You're doing great.
Am I doing all right?
You're doing great. And yeah, absolutely. And, I don't want to make depression is a serious illness. It can be actually quite devastating, and I don't want to make it simplistic to your audience and say, if you're depressed, just change what you're eating and you will necessarily be cured. Just like you were mentioning earlier in the show, obesity is multifaceted. Well, so is depression. When I work with new moms with postpartum depression, there are psychosocial factors, there are biochemical factors, there are hormonal factors, there's the endocrine, there are many different things going on. So I'm a believer, I'm not anti-medication, frankly. I mean, if I'm a believer in every person doing whatever they need to do in order to feel 100% well. But many, I'd say most of my clients, especially throughout the last, I'd say 7 or 8 years, they will often say, if I can stay off the medications, can you help me do that? I don't promise them, but I'll say here, let's talk about these factors. And also, of course, I'm a big believer in therapy. Therapy can make a big difference in putting a plan together and helping a person, especially short-term therapy. So again, and also I'd like to say there's a difference between the normal ups and downs of life, the feeling blue, feeling down for a few hours or even a few days, as opposed to the clinical disorder of depression.
And then things it's not sometimes just a clean correlation. Certain food makes you feel a certain way. Right. Things get a little bit more multidimensional and complex. For example, and I'm sure you deal with this with clients all the time, stress. One person's stressor is another person's thrill, stress in a bad way. But for some people, it's a pump. They like it. Nevertheless, stress can have such an effect. It can affect your food choices. It affects your biochemistry. It affects your psychological life, your emotions and whatnot. But you can have stress driving you to eat certain foods, which make you then feel a certain way, which then have certain kinds of consequences, or not enough sleep. Combination of lots of stress, sleep deprivation, and then the food choices are made because of that, and then what happens to your health psychologically and physically. It can get complicated, yeah?
Yeah, and you're making an excellent point. And those cycles happen all the time. I mean, and the other way around works too. Depression and anxiety, just for examples, can cause physical symptoms, as we know. I mean, minimizing the symptoms, without treating the underlying reasons for the symptoms, the depression or anxiety or whatever else is going on mental health-wise, doesn't help in the long run. I mean, absolutely agreed. And that cycle, that's what I see for my clients. And by the way, I went through a serious depression twice in my life, and that's what prompted me to change professions. I had been a special education teacher many moons ago. So I understand that cycle from the inside out. How when our brain has undergone certain changes, how we can crave, for instance, when our serotonin level is very low, when that neurotransmitter that is in large part regulating our mood, when that's low and when we don't have energy and when we are fatigued due to depression or sleep deprivation or whatever happened first, we grab donuts and cookies, so that's the cycle you're talking about is so correct and right on.
Do you think that's an interesting point, this business about when people are depressed, sometimes their dominant response, nutritionally speaking, is to go for the fast food, processed foods that are high in salt, sugar, and fat.
Right.
Do you think that's learned? Do you think it's genetic, or do you think it's part of the evolutionary machinery, our biology, if you will, that's driving that? What do you think?
Honestly, I'll give you my honest answer, and yes. I mean, really, honestly, it could be a combination of all, and I don't mean to skirt your question.
No. I get it.
The answer. I mean, for every person who calls me, they need a different plan of action. Sometimes people will say, I have never eaten like this before, ever. I don't know why I'm reaching for the cookies. I've never even liked this stuff before. So I'll make sure that they're not feeling guilty about it and that they understand that, well, their brain's trying to wake up. I mean, that's a response that they might be having to to try to keep, it's not the best response, but that's an automatic response based on what their body is telling them.
And I'm totally doing what one of my professors in my statistics classes said. I'm doing a lot of limb walking on this, what I'm going to say now. Do you think maybe from an evolutionary standpoint that the dominant response for many people when under stress is to reach for the fast foods that are high in salt, sugar, and fat that taste good, make them, do you think that that's some sort of evolutionary device or mechanism to try for the body, biologically speaking now, for the person to try to get homeostatic, to get back in balance and not be depressed? That the body knows that the mind is depressed, that connection, and so it's trying to find a way to break that cycle and to have the person crave those, to get more carbs, to get that glucose to light up the brain, right? I wonder if that's possible.
Yeah, well, that's basically what. Yes, I mean I never put it so eloquently, but my guess would be yes. I can't back that up with research at this moment. But that's basically what I'm telling my clients. It's something, that's what we do. I mean, exactly why we're doing it, I'm not sure, but that seems to be, and over the almost 3 decades of doing this work, this is what I've been hearing from my clients, and I certainly know it's happened to me too, and I've been a health nut all my life. It's like, why am I reaching for this stuff? It was like, it felt like this automatic, I've got to wake up, I need some energy, help me. It was almost like a desperate, get my brain back kind of reaction.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. 877-897-8255. You're certainly invited to call the show if you have a question, a comment, like something you'd like to share about this theme that we're focusing on, the connection between food and mood, a little alliteration to try to, get us to think about this. Food is not just food. Food has consequences in many and diverse ways. And one of them is your psychological life, your emotional life, and maybe even how you relate to others, huh?
Is your fish oil wildly pure? New Chapter is proud to offer a whole food approach to fish oil, Whole Mega. Naturally pure 100% wild-caught salmon comes from the pristine waters of Alaska. Like extra virgin olive oil, the fresh-caught salmon for Whole Mega is pressed immediately after harvest. And that's all that's needed to deliver wild Alaskan salmon's whole complement of vital omega fatty acids. These omegas support your heart health. 1 serving of Whole Mega per day, 2 grams, has been clinically shown to help retain healthy triglyceride levels and to improve the omega-3 index, a studied marker of heart health. And did you know experts recommend consuming 2 to 3 servings of fish per week? So 1 week of Whole Mega delivers the omegas of 3 servings of wild Alaskan salmon. Discover the New Chapter difference, wildly pure Whole Mega. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in 1 capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin
Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less. Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local Vitamin Discount Center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll free at 1-844-871-0069.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Shoshana Bennett, licensed clinical psychologist, is my guest today, talking about the food-mood connection. Now, there are scores. If you go to and I encourage the listener and the viewer of the show to go to www.pubmed.gov. And there you will, this is the U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health website, where it's a research website. You type in keywords, and then you'll have articles, studies that will come up of one sort or another with that particular theme. It's like, for example, if you typed in food and mood, you'll get probably an overwhelming number of hits. Then you have to refine the search. Nevertheless, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of studies concerning, for example, omega-3 fatty acids that you can get from eating fish or taking a fish oil supplement. Dr. Bennett, welcome back. I came across an article. It was written a while back. It's a little dated. Here's the title of the piece. It sort of leads you into where you wanted to go today. Omega-3 fatty acids and major depression, a primer for mental health professional. For the mental health professional. In this study, they point out that major depressive disorder, MDD, is a recurrent, debilitating, and potentially life-threatening illness. And then they talk about how over the last 100 years, the age onset of this kind of depression has decreased, but its overall incidence in Western countries has increased. There's a lot of speculation as to why that has happened, more stress and whatnot. They point out in the piece that little attention has been paid, not enough attention has been paid to perhaps the change in nutrition, diet, food, and nutrition that may be accounting for some of the variance relative to major depressive disorder. This is right in. This is exactly in your wheelhouse and where you do your work. And they said, and I'm quoting these writers, they said, as research continues to mount, it's becoming clear that neurobiology, physiology, genetics, life stressors, and environmental factors can all contribute to vulnerability to depression. While much attention has been given to genetics and life stressors, only a small group of international researchers have focused on nutritional influences on depressive symptoms, close quote. I suspect you agree with that.
I absolutely do. And doctors, even to this day, medical doctors, as I'm sure you know better than anybody, They're given very little nutrition training. I know my general practitioner said he got 20 minutes in all of his medical school training.
Oof. Yeah, well, I have listeners and viewers of this show that have degrees in nutrition. Many. So omega-3 fatty acids, that nutrient that's found in fish, of course, food, it's found in plants as well in the form of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, and so on, is very good for the mind, very good for the brain. It turns out that the brain loves DHA, loves it, and it does affect not only the structure and function of the brain, but in terms also then how people feel. I mean, I suspect, I don't know, are there psychiatrists that you know of or psychologists that would recommend or prescribe? I know psychologists can't prescribe, but would recommend to the patient, take some omega-3 fatty acids for your depression?
What we're allowed to do as psychologists is say, talk to your doctor about taking it, but we educate them. I mean, that's what I do with my clients. I will give them the information that, not only can it help prevent, it can also help to treat, the depression, anxiety, and other.
Well, have you seen, and I know you have, I'm sure you have you had clients that were depressed for one reason or another, and to get into all the details of it, but then recommended that they go talk to their physician and start taking these omega-3 fatty acids either by eating more fish or taking supplements, and then they come back and you consult with them. Have you seen differences in the patient?
Oh gosh, I can tell you that sometimes the differences have been dramatic, and it's very interesting because with depression comes low self-esteem, right? And so it's so unfair that when they at first when they don't feel good about themselves, and then they reach for the icky food, and all I do sometimes at the very beginning, because they're very depressed, and you have to take people from where they are. It's very, very simple steps. One of them being the omega-3s, as long as their MD gives a thumbs up, right? And they'll come back to me and say, I don't know what's happening, but I'm starting to sing in the shower again. I'll get reports of them starting to feel like themselves again. They don't necessarily know that it's the omega-3s, but I'll let them know, yeah, you are feeding your brain chemistry.
Sure. I wonder which foods are the usual suspects that really can get people depressed.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine, for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Food is not just food. How much you eat, the quality of the food, for example, makes a difference in what's going to happen in terms of how the food, as nutrients or chemicals, how they're going to affect your biology and how they're going to be metabolized and so on. Food is not just food in the sense also of how it's going to make you feel. Not all foods make you feel the same way. And everybody's unique, and, one person eats, it could be something healthy for that matter, and makes them feel one way. Another person eats it, makes them feel another way. We rarely talk about that, only in the sense that people say, well, I ate something and really gave me an upset stomach, or sometimes people say that they're oblivious, quite frankly, to how it's affecting them emotionally or psychologically. They know they may feel different, but they're not processing it that way. My guest is Dr. Shoshana Bennett. We're trying to raise our consciousness about this connection between food and mood. Do you find that to be the case, Dr. Bennett, that a lot of people just don't quite appreciate that connection between food and how it makes us feel?
Absolutely. They're still not getting the connection that there could sometimes be a dramatic change, in their mood immediately, and sometimes there's a lag, there's a delay, but they sometimes really do not get that connection. Sugar is one of the worst, honestly. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there can be a lag of an hour, or 2 hours after they've had, some of the icky kinds of sugar,
Right.
And they feel good at the beginning, so they're thinking, oh, this must be, I'm feeling good, but they don't understand that their short-temperedness and yelling at their toddler and screaming at their spouse a couple of hours later was related to the donuts that they ate a few hours earlier.
Mm-hmm. So I guess sugar would be in that one of the usual suspects in that lineup of nutritional violations or sins that affect us psycho-emotionally. That would be an obvious one. But these omega-3 fatty acids seem to have almost like a therapeutic kind of effect on the brain and the way it's structured, its function, and how it makes us feel. Yeah.
Oh, it's not almost. That's absolutely what's happening. Mental wellness is dependent upon having an adequate level, having a good level of these omega-3 fatty acids in the body. And we've got so many studies, as you mentioned, that a deficit in omega-3 fatty acids from fish is linked with anxiety and depression. Mm-hmm. And it's very important to know, and I'm sure your listeners know, that our bodies don't produce these essential fatty acids on their own. So if we don't eat them, they're not there. We don't have them.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I've had guests on from Nordic Naturals. You're affiliated with Nordic Naturals.
I am. Yes.
You're an educator for them, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I've had guests from Nordic Naturals come on and talk about, for example, military personnel, soldiers who are suffering from, post-traumatic stress disorder, right. Who are experiencing depression. And, Dr. Michael Lewis has been on my show a number of times talking about this and how important these omega-3 fatty acids are. And he was talking about Nordic Naturals and the company and its commitment to try to help with this particular health issue. How much fish oil a day do you take?
Oh, I'm not telling anybody else to do this necessarily, but I'm between 5,000 and 10,000. But people have taken more, and people, in the studies we have, for instance, with perinatal depression, pregnancy and postpartum depression, women are taking about 3,000 milligrams to help prevent a recurrence and also to help get them well. So that's in a number of studies. But as long as you don't have a blood clotting issue, most MDs would say, sure, you're not. It's like saying you're eating too much salmon. It's really hard to do that. One of the Nordic Naturals products that I really love the most, and I think you mentioned vitamin D. Possibly I heard it, and you didn't actually say it, but it was implied. The vitamin D3 5000 is one of my favorites because vitamin D activates serotonin.
Right.
I mean, that's and as a psychologist, I want to know where somebody's serotonin level is. And research shows a very strong connection between low levels of vitamin D and symptoms of depression. The lower the vitamin D level is, the greater the chance of depression.
So if you put the two together, which Nordic Naturals does in a product,
it makes it so simple. And again, when we're depressed, we're overwhelmed.
Sure.
And so we want to make it as easy as possible to start on the right track. Yeah.
Let's go to a place called Lutz, Florida. Lutz. Ron, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Bennett.
Good morning.
I'd like to specifically ask your opinion about what you may recommend for dealing with chronic pain. And this would have, my question specifically is regarding certain supplements. If I could name them, I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
The supplements are theanine, GABA, specifically pharma-GABA, an adrenal benefit supplement called Adrenal Fence. By the way, those three I just mentioned are made by Natural Factors, a company that Dr. Garko knows very well.
I do.
Also, 5-HTP and B12.
It's interesting. Everyone that you mentioned, that Ron mentioned, Dr. Bennett, has some sort of impact on the brain and our mood, perhaps, right?
Agreed. I would let you answer the question, though. You're more qualified to answer this one. But absolutely, every single thing that was mentioned can help mood.
And what was your question again?
My question had to do with supplements.
Right. Okay.
That Dr. Bennett may recommend for dealing with chronic pain.
Well, it depends. That's an interesting question, and pain is a manifestation and a reflection of inflammation. If we're talking about physical pain, there's also psychological pain. By the way, that's still pain, but nevertheless, if you're talking about physical pain, the general overall, the overarching strategy would be to try to reduce inflammation. Am I still here? Okay. So if you have some sort of injury, that's the body's trying to heal itself. That's pain of one. That's pain. Then you can have chronic. It could be situational. Then you can have chronic pain that's associated with some structural issue, some particular, something's going on physiologically, biologically with the body, causing the immune system is out of whack, and it's amplifying the immune response, and you have an autoimmune response, and it's causing the joints to hurt. That's pain as well. The overarching strategy is to try to reduce that inflammation. We know that curcumin, a product like Theracuramin, for example, would be very helpful. Fish oil, if you go on PubMed.org, you will see that there are a number of studies associated with the moderation of inflammation using the omega-3 fatty acids. Those are just two, Ron, that come to mind right away. Another product by a new chapter called Zyflamen is another product that helps with sort of like a systemic inflammation, which would help reduce pain. We'll be right back.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Hi, I'm Kate. When I asked my health food store to recommend a natural solution to improve my digestive health, they suggested their best-selling probiotic, Ultimate Flora Critical Care. It has 50 billion live probiotic cultures in every capsule. I was surprised to learn that a poor diet, aging, and even stress can deplete our bodies of billions of good bacteria. That's why I take one Ultimate Flora Critical Care probiotic a day to help maintain my digestive balance, support my immune health, and help keep me regular. And my mother takes Ultimate Flora Senior Formula. It's formulated to help adults 50 and older maintain good digestive health too. It's the Ultimate Flora difference that sold me. Each high-potency, once-daily formula includes strains that are scientifically studied for their specific health benefits. Plus, the delayed-release capsules protect the probiotics from harsh stomach acid. Ultimate Flora probiotics are available at health food stores everywhere. From Renew Life, the digestive care experts.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarro Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Right answer, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card. I was reporting on a study, and we'll get back to Shoshana Bennett in a minute, Dr. Shoshana Bennett. I was reporting on a study earlier concerning polygamy. Yes, I did. I reported on polygamy. Turns out it's connected to a health issue. Here's the question. What did they find that practicing polygamy increased your risk for cardiovascular disease? A. B. Increased your risk for impotence, which would be ironic. Or C. Increased your risk for prostate cancer. Which one of those three? Polygamy, they found a correlation between... I love reporting on these stories. Increase the risk for A, cardiovascular disease, B, impotence, or C, prostate cancer. 877-897-8255. Any one of those choices is grim. 877-897-8255. What's the answer? The board lit up. Bang. Dr. Bennett, see?
They were listening.
Well, you know, That's my oblique way of talking about sex on the show. To go back to Ron's question, I didn't have a chance to finish. There are some herbs that will help with pain, whether it's like, for example, especially for arthritis and inflammatory pain, associated pain, Ron, if you're still listening, capsaicin, cherries, tart cherries, by the way, very good. Arnica is also good. It's a herbal rub. If you sports injuries, athletes know about that. Peppermint has been known to help with pain. Boswellia, bromelain is very good for pain. There are many herbs. If you go online and type in traditional Chinese medicine and pain, there'll be even more exotic herbs that are used in the practice of TCM, for example, to moderate pain.
I was so glad to hear you, Dr. Gargo, mention inflammation, because one of the causes of depression as well is thought to be inflammation. And we were talking earlier about omega-3s, and you mentioned it also when Ron called in, how that would be helpful. Again, it also improves mood. It can really help mood, and omega-3 fish oil is fantastic for inflammation. And so even if you're not treating yourself for mental wellness, you're going to get that as a big side effect.
It's a wonderful side effect, and the moderation of inflammation. And I, like you, I take you heard Dr. Bennett, she said 3,000, she was referring to milligrams, anywhere between 3,000 to 10,000 milligrams a day. 1,000 milligrams equals a gram. So about 3 grams. I do somewhere between 3 to 5 grams on a daily basis, depending on when I grab the bottles, and I'm dropping the pills out, how many I grab. It's somewhere between 3 to 5 grams, and I've done that for quite a while, and it has helped me immensely with my own personal health and with inflammation issues and whatnot. So I'm a big fan. I use the Nordic Naturals Ultimate Omega, and of course they got Ultimate Omega with CoQ10. They got the fish oil. Nordic has put with vitamin D3, which is a wonderful combination.
Right, vitamin D3 5000. The DHA Extra, the EPA Extra, you mentioned the Ultimate Omega Extra. These are fabulous. So you get all you need. You get all you need in just a couple of capsules. Yeah,
Nordic Naturals, leading manufacturer of fish oil supplement products around the world. I mean, they're amazing. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Who is it? Leonora.
Yes.
Welcome. How are you today, Leonora?
I'm fine, Dr. Garko.
Good.
Thank you very much.
So what do you make of this polygamy story, huh?
Well, it's interesting.
It's interesting. So in this study, it was a serious study, by the way, they found a correlation between polygamy and what? Was it polygamy and cardiovascular disease, coronary artery disease, polygamy and impotence, or polygamy and prostate cancer? Which one was it?
The first one, the cardiovascular.
Yeah, the coronary artery disease specifically. But yeah, that's the right answer. Dr. Bennett, if it would have been impotence, it would have been a sort of a unique irony.
Yeah, major problem there. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's the first time in 10 years I've ever reported on polygamy. That's the first time the word even came out of my mouth. During this show you learn so much.
You never know it's going to hit those news wires, right?
Honestly. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you watched the mainstream media tonight that you don't see the story being reported. It's provocative. I mean, they're always looking for edgy stuff, so there you go.
Oh, they're going to have it for sure. Yeah, they're looking exactly for these stories.
Leonora, congratulations on winning a $25 supplement gift card, and thank you very much for listening to the show or watching it and calling in and answering the question. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Dr. Bennett, always fun. What are you going to do the rest of the day now?
Oh, I have clients, and I'm finishing up an ebook that I'm writing. I've got a packed fun day. Let's hear it for loving what we do, right?
You love what you do, don't you?
Absolutely. Life's too short not to.
Visit NordicNaturals.com. Visit Dr. Bennett's Facebook page, like her page, and visit Let's Talk Nutrition, the Facebook page, and like the page, and I'll like you back. Dr. Bennett, it's always a pleasure. Don't be such a stranger. Try to find your way back onto the show, okay?
Anytime. It's
You
my pleasure.
Tell the people at Nordic to say, Dr. Garko said he'd like to have me back on.
Okay.
Okay.
Will do.
All right. Have a good day today.
Bye-bye.
Good luck with your ebook. And think about the food that you're eating. Food is not just food. In a sense, too, here, that food affects our mood. Different foods affect how we feel in the short term and in the long term. And if you're suffering from depression or some other psychological disorder, maybe you should pay particular attention to your food. And take your Nordic Naturals and get that fish oil into your body to reduce the inflammation. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential